we've talked about, you've done these live concerts with orchestras, you've toured with big name acts, you've done all these recording sessions for films and for all of this media music. Is the fulfillment you get as a musician similar from each of those three different avenues, or is there something different about it that makes you enjoy each one in a different way?
It's similar. I won't say it's the same, but it's similar. Look, look, man, at the end of the day, I'm so blessed and lucky that I have a recording studio, dude, at my house, you know, I mean, in my backyard. That's number one. It's kind of insane. And the other side of the coin is it's great. It's awesome. But I did not get into music to sit in my studio by myself and play tracks for people. Right. I got into music to play with people. So whether it's live or I'm on tour or I'm in a studio or on whatever or it's a live concert or a video game concert or orchestra concert or whatever it is, or a jazz trio. I mean, you know, whatever, I don't care. That's the discriminating factor there. It's like you're making music with people. We got into music to play with people and communicate.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's all about communication. You're in a room together playing with people, and man, look, I've gotten to play with the LA Phil. I've gotten to play with the Hollywood Bowl Orchestra. I've gotten to play with all these different bands that I played with. I've gotten to play with, with the different people that we did on, on the tour with, they bring in a small orchestra or very small section when we did Josh Groban's gig last year. And then with Game of Thrones, they brought in bigger orchestras, like 30 pieces or whatever, something like that. And with a choir. And it's just, man, there's nothing that compares to, and I got to end up playing with your orchestra, man. I remember the first concert we did, I had my taikos there.
Yes. And matter of fact, I remember you had come up to me during a break and you said, you know why I love playing with this orchestra? You let us play loud.
Dude, I got to remember because Joachim, your section leader, he like, man, he hit the bass drum the first time and I was like, what the is going on here, man?
Okay, so I have to ask this question. You actors grow up wanting to win the Oscar. Musicians, it's about the Grammy. So I just have to know, a little last question thing here. How did it feel to win a Grammy?
Well, there's so much to that story which we can't even get into right now.
Okay.
We'll get into that another time. But it was awesome. At the end of the day, even if you don't win, a nomination is like,
right.
It's forever. So literally the story was that we knew you get a time frame of like about when you're going to get, when this is going to, about when your category is, what time your category is going to get called. So we knew around 1:30 in the afternoon. Oh, by the way, for the listeners who don't know, the Grammys that we all see on TV, that's not the Grammys. The real Grammys, that's the celebration with all the stars and all the performances. They only give 14 Grammys out that night. Right. All the Grammys are given out that day across the street at the Nokia. So we're there, and so you need to get there at like noon, down the red carpet, and we had this woman who, like this PR agency so you can get FaceTime with this person. So we're making our way down the thing. It's like, and it's just everything's taken for. And now I finally look at my watch, and I had to go. Not to be crass here, but I needed to go to the bathroom since we got in a limo to go to the Grammys that day, and so now it's 2.5 hours later. Now it's actually 3 hours later, and I'm going like, oh my God, I got a bathroom, man. Anyway, and when I look at my watch and it's 1:30, and I'm going like, you guys, we need to get inside because they're going to call our thing and a category like now. So we finish, we get inside, forget going to the bathroom. We literally walk into the Nokia and we go, and it's open seating, by the way, too. You just grab a seat somewhere.
Anywhere? Wow.
And so you walk down the aisle. We go like, well, let's just sit, just in case. Let's sit close to an aisle, so if we get called, we can get up. So as we're standing in the aisle to figure out what row we're going to just grab a seat in, we hear, And from the best new age category, we're going to have I can't, but the announcer goes, Snatam Kaur is going to play right now. We're like, that's her, what? So we just grab a seat, right? So she plays, her band plays live. And literally right after that, up comes the announcement. And the announcer goes, and for the best new age, and I'm looking, and now I see a program and I go, we're going to get called. I mean, we're in this category right now. So she finishes, and then up comes, they go like, and for the best new age album, and then they start listing the names of there's 5 competitors, right? And we're like number 3. And as soon as I heard Opium Moon, I went blank. I didn't remember anything after that. And so then we sit there, and so then this dude I forget his name now. He was the one the presenter. This Hawaiian guy that I've met, we've all met. He's a funny dude. He was a really great guy. He comes out, well, in his Hawaiian accent, he pulls up the thing and he goes, and for the best new age album, I can't do his accent. He goes, there's a pause. And you're like, and that pause felt like
forever,
15 minutes, and it was probably, 3 seconds. He goes, Opium Moon, like that. He didn't even say the name right. And we had to think about it for a second. It was like, what? Whoa! And then we just ran up to the stage, and the rest of the day is history, man, because you never come back into the theater at that point. You're led off stage. They do photos with the Grammy. That you don't get your Grammy then, you get it later. But anyway, they have Grammys for you to hold, and photos, and then there's this whole maze of tunnels and stuff that who knew existed between the Nokia underground there over to the Staples Center. Then next thing you know, you're whisked over there, and your interview and photos and this and that, and that's the next 2 hours of that. And then by then it's 3:45, time for the doors to open at 4 o'clock for the 5 o'clock show at the Staples Center, and that's your day.
We'll never watch that acceptance speech again the same way, knowing that you were about 3 hours into needing to go to the bathroom during the speech.
And I still hadn't gone.
So are you one of those people, do you have it on display, or are you one of those people that hides it away somewhere?
Oh, like
the trophy.
No, it's actually on my piano at home. Listen, man, all the different things that I've been blessed to be able to do and have experience through music is insurmountable, man. I mean, it's like, it's awesome. And it's all about networking, and it's all about the people. And that's, again, coming back to, that's why I do music, man. It's about the connection that you make. I've known you for now 19 years, man. And I remember you called me up when you started this orchestra. And I'm thinking back in my mind, okay, you have truly lost your mind. You're starting your own orchestra. You're crazy, man. I mean, dude, how awesome is that? I mean, come on, man. That's like.
So here's what I want to do now. We're going to move into what I call the speed round. If you're driving along the coast on a beautiful sunny day, convertible top down, nowhere to go, no responsibilities at all, what music's playing on the radio?
That's one of 3 things. It's either something by James Taylor, Pat Metheny, or Chick Corea.
What sound or noise do you love?
Well, I know what I don't love, and I don't like the sound of loud motorcycles.
And that was my next question. What sound or noise do you hate? So now we know the hate one is motorcycles.
Okay, so and loud, that kind of thing. What sounds do I love? Well, I love the sound of a waterfall, and a creek, birds chirping, if you want to call that. I wouldn't call that a noise necessarily. A really just special. It doesn't even have to be special. Just the sound of a really nice gong is super special for me.
If music was erased from the face of the earth, what other profession would you choose?
It would have to be something to do with design, but in the sense of like with houses, wood, and stone. So something in that.
Oh, cool. When you die, what do you want your tombstone to read?
Something along the line of like how much I love being alive, and how much I love music, and how much I love my wife and kids. Something tying all that in.
Well, MB, I thank you for joining me today for this blast, this journey down your career. And Pat, it's been a great time. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, man. This is fun. This is really cool. Thank you for having me do it.
Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Thank you for watching. For more great videos, subscribe to the Maestro Fox YouTube channel. To learn more about the Maestro, visit StephenAllenFox.com.